Hey man, what do you think about Chris Evans? What about him? He's kinda hot. Well, okay, dude, you don't have to say things like that. That kind of weird stuff. What do you mean, man? He's not that bad. He's a pretty good looking guy. Well, yeah, but you don't say that he's hot or anything. But is he not? Speak of the devil. On to the tour review. Hugh Jackman all the way. What?
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It is your boy Joe, and today we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Captain America from Infinity War, also known as literally Chris Evans, because it's basically Chris Evans wearing a Captain America costume. Since they made him take off the mask. And forgive me for not uploading often. I kind of keep forgetting. That's on me. My bad. You can put down the pitchforks now. But anyways, let's get on to this review. Taking a closer look at this figure, the painting and sculpting is pretty good. It actually looks, I'd say it looks pretty movie accurate. Chris Evans looks like Chris Evans. You can see how it's missing the overall wider star after Civil War. And hot take, I really didn't like that Captain America one. I understand I know the story. I just before I understood the plot, Tony Stark losing had me fuming. So yeah, but we have the good looking sculpting. You can see the individual little ridges that looks like a cloth or a fabric. Don't know what happened to the arm. It's more smoother here than it is on this part. This part looks like a nice fabric right here, and nice smooth fabric, or a nice grainy fabric. Yes, I'm doing this as a reference. Right here, there's a little, right here you can see how smooth it is, and there's a little paint splotch right here. Once again, but yeah, it looks really great from the most of it. But let's go ahead and see what this figure has to offer. Now, when it comes to this figure and his accessories, he doesn't come with much, which is why we'll be starting off with his Wakandan shield that he received. After Chadwick Boseman said, yeah, and looking at the shield, the great nice detailing, the silver accents, and the other one that comes with is the open version right here. It's just a little the whole opening thing. It comes with, he does have two in Infinity War. It's a shame that he didn't get his original iconic shield, that he had to use these Wakandan ones. But I mean, it is what it is. But one thing I find weird is that this one has more paint than this one. As you see, the silver accents here are painted while the ones here are not. A little bit, a little weird. And same goes for this top part. This top part may be excusable, smaller thing, but Hasbro, this is just plain lazy. You could have done better. I'm pretty sure Chris Evans thinks so. But when it comes to his bodily changes, let's go ahead and start off with his head. But starting off, we have this neutral, almost blank looking face. And next he has this almost, angry, gritting teeth face, and slightly messed up hair, which is just an angry version of Chris Evans. But enough talking about his head, and let's move on to his hands, starting off with these fisted hands.
I could do this all day.
And next we have these open grabby hands, which the paint on this one's a little bit messed up. It's kind of bleeding over the hand, but from far distance it's not too noticeable. It's not that bad. And these hands are more or less made to hold. These hands are more or less made to hold the Wakandan shield, which I'll go ahead and put in right now. And boom, here it is. Went ahead and pulled a little Rhodes with a little, and then here we go. So you can see how it attaches onto the wrist. You have to remove the hand like so. You have to remove the hand in order to get it on and pop it onto this part. So then you go ahead and pop this back in like that. Oh, I'm sorry. There you go. Pop this in. So now he's holding the Wakandan shield. And you can do it with the... And boom, here we go. See, I went ahead and did a cool little thing.
Boom. You looking for this?
It wasn't that good. But yeah, we have both his Wakandan shields now. The one thing I found weird is why they're not both open, which is a bit odd. But it has like a compare contrast, or if you want to do that thing where like it looks open. I'm not gonna do that because it's gonna take too much time. But yeah, you can have them in like some pretty cool poses with that. So you have them like that, and it's pretty good action poses. Let me see if I can get them in a quick little pose before. So you can have them in like a little action pose. Let me zoom out. Little action pose like that. It's pretty cool. But speaking of poses, let's get on to this figure's posability. Starting with his head, you can look up that far, which if you force the joint a little bit, you can get him to look a little higher. It's not that much, but it's something. You can look down that far, 360 because of the ball joint. A little to no head pivot. Arm moves out that far. Swivel at the shoulder. Swivel at the bicep. Double jointed elbow. Swivel at the wrist, and a hinge. Moving on to the midsection, there's a pretty good ab crunch, or his arch is not that bad. Pretty good crunch. Good swivel at the waist. This whole belt is a separate piece, which is pretty neat. It makes it a little bit hard to deal with though. Leg spread is pretty fairly decent. Swivel at the thigh. Leg moves out that far and back that far. Double jointed knee. Swivel at the calf, which is not real in science. Don't look for it. Here we go. Hinge at the foot. And a pretty good pivot. Overall, this figure is pretty cool. Pretty good with its posability, or looks, details, and looks pretty great compared to Chris Evans as Captain America. Oh god. But taking a more closer look, one thing I did note, there's a little bit of paint bleeding right here, kind of going over the black, which kind of bothers me. It kind of doesn't make it look good. Kind of looks like this guy got cut and he's kind of like bleeding from the side or something. But it's whatever, really. It's not that bad. But let's go ahead and stop talking about my gripes with this figure, and let's get on to his size comparison. Before that, let me get a basic, sizing with this 3-foot measuring tape. Starting from the bottom, moving to the top. From this top of his head, he's about 6.5 inches. And let's get on to his size comparison time. Here he is next to my last review, the Marvel Legends Venom, which isn't here as of this moment because I gave it back to my cousin. So you're gonna have to settle with this PNG image of Venom. Here he is next to the Figma Doomslayer. Here he is next to the SH Figure Arts Iron Man Mark 6. And since he does come with, Wakandan shields, I might as well include him next to the Marvel Legends Captain America Civil War Black Panther. Rest in peace Chadwick Boseman, Wakanda forever. And I might review this guy, who knows? It depends on how I feel. I don't know, I don't have all of his accessories, but you guys may get a review on him. That depends on how I feel. And here he is next to Lightning McQueen. Overall, pretty great figure. The only the little complaint I have to say, it's just this little bleedage, but that's just with this copy. Once again, this is not my figure. This belongs to my cousin over at Retro Tech Reviews right here, not the other one, this one, or JM Wrestling right here. I'll go ahead and put both channels in the link of this description. And yeah, but that's all the time I have left for today. Look good, stay safe, and I will see you, yes, you right there, the viewer, on the next one. Bye-bye.